While we're talking about our hands, let's settle a few things regarding your basic technique. There are a few things to remember that will make your job a lot easier as a guitarist and as a student, and you'll be able to execute these exercises much better. The first most important thing to think about is your thumb. Always keep your thumb behind the neck. Your hand should be in hitchhiking position with your thumb pointed away from you. The ball of the thumb should be dead center down the back. Now it will move around a little bit, but what we're trying to avoid is wrapping your thumb around the fingerboard. There's a good reason for this. Take your left hand and put it out in front of you like this. Now bend your wrist up. Now wiggle your fingers. When you do, you feel the tension up and down your fingers, all over your hand, through your wrist, and the entire network of muscles up to your shoulder. This is the position your wrist is in if you're wrapping your thumb around the fingerboard. Obviously, it's getting in the way of mobility and ease of use for your muscles. Now put your hand out again, and this time keep your wrist straight. Now wiggle your fingers, and you feel no tension whatsoever. This is the position your hand is in when your thumb is not wrapped around the fingerboard and kept in back. Now I know you've seen a lot of guitarists play this way, and some of them are quite good. But I think it's important to realize that they're good in spite of their technique and not necessarily because of it. The other reason you want to keep your thumb in the back is if your thumb is wrapped around the neck, to reach your bass strings requires two motions, over and down, over and down, over and down. With your thumb behind the neck, all your strings are equidistant from your fingers. It's a lot easier to play that way once you get used to it. The next area of concern is how do you actually fret a note? What you want to do is place your fingertip directly and firmly behind the fret. If you place it right on the fret, you're going to get a muted sound. If you get too far away from the fret, you may get a buzzing sound, and your intonation won't be as true as when you play right up against the fret. The fret really produces the note. Your job is to hold the string against the fret. And the third area you want to think about is keep your fingers hovering as close as you can to all of your strings while you're playing. The distance from here to here may not seem like that much, but if you're trying to play at 300 beats per minute, this can seem like a mile, and it'll really slow you down.